Due to work, I was unable to continue doing my pay-per-views for my hat series. And now I'm back and able to do it. I come back and the pay-per-view I'm going to be reviewing is WrestleMania 13. So not the greatest comeback, but let's get into the review. We start off with a Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match, where we have the Headbangers, the New Blackjacks, the Godwins, Doug Furnas, and Phil LaFon. Some tag teams I've not really heard about, don't know much about. The match didn't really excite me. Yes, each tag team had a different gimmick, so it added something different to the match. But in the end, the Headbangers become the new #1 contenderships, and that's all I really took from that match. Then we have Rocky Maivia defeating the Sultan, who later became Rikishi. And the obvious comparison is Rikishi was more of a character fans got behind, liked, and progressed into a later feud with The Rock. But this match for the Intercontinental Championship, the crowd didn't seem overly interested in it. One of the best things about this match was obviously you could see how this progressed in time, and the appearance of Rocky Johnson after The Rock retained his Intercontinental Championship match. We have Hunter Hurt Helmsley Triple H defeating Goldust. And again, the matches later down the line were a lot better than this. The crowd didn't seem to care. The biggest thing about it was the debut or the involvement of China. China being a really powerful big diva who really got involved with Triple H in more ways than one. And this match, yes, it was another person to help Triple H gain wins. But obviously now, if Triple H was to wrestle Goldust, he would not need a China to help him win the match. But again, didn't really excite me, and it's a shame because it's coming from a Triple H fan. But as you can see, we're coming to a pattern of not so very good matches at WrestleMania 13. And yes, my detail's not the best, but to be honest, people, coming back into these pay-per-view reviews and starting with WrestleMania 13, this is not a good one to start on. The pay-per-view started to get better at the Tag Team Championship match, where we had Owen Hart and the British Bulldog retaining their Tag Team Championships against Vader and Mankind via countout. Yes, it's not the best way to finish a pay-per-view match, but I think it was more to do with the story. Because before this pay-per-view, before WrestleMania, you had British Bulldog defeating Owen Hart to become the first European champion. And from there, the tease or the tension between the two was already kicking in. So for them not to actually pick up a pinfall win at the pay-per-view only added more to that. So the match may not have been the best, but the continuation of the story made up for it. And plus, with the names in this match, it was hard for me not to like this match. But then, of course, we get to the match that when you think of WrestleMania 13, or when you talk about WrestleMania 13, you can skip past the rest of the card and get to this match. Because we have Bret Hart defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin in a submission match, with Ken Shamrock, a new name from UFC, coming into the WWF as a full-time wrestler. And this was a big thing for the wrestling world right now. They were having a popular or a growing popular sport business get involved with the WWE, and he played his part in this match very well. But the quality came from Bret Hart busting Stone Cold Steve Austin open, and the match just kept on growing from there. It came to Bret Hart locking in his sharpshooter and Austin not wanting to tap out. Wrestlers who you believe could actually put their ego, put their strength into the match and their pride and not tap out. Stone Cold Steve Austin proved that he was not going to give in to Bret Hart. Stone Cold Steve Austin wanted to prove he was better than Bret Hart. And the quality of this match, the build up to this match, this is what the WWF or wrestling's all about. These two, I think, have had a match before, another great match. The quality you got from in this match and coming out this match made you feel really good about this part of WrestleMania only. Sorry about the lighting of this review going from light to dark. I'm having to record this in segments due to circumstances going on here at home. But now we get to a match which I felt the WWF made the wrong decision for. We have the Legion of Doom with Ahmed Johnson defeating the Nation of Domination. Where, to be honest, the idea of this match, yes, it was in a street fight, so you want to get the best out of this match. But it was meant to, because of the build, meant to be a fight to prove who the better man was between Ahmed Johnson and Farouk. So to have a one-on-one Chicago street fight between those two, I felt would have given us a big and better match. Yes, it was the return of Legion of Doom, so they needed their big moment at WrestleMania instead of giving us yet another tag team match. But Ahmed Johnson and Farouk proving who the better man is in a one-on-one match may have given us another possible good Mania match. Not saying their parts in this match didn't give us some quality. I felt it would have been better if it was a one-on-one match. But now we're going to get to the main event, which, to be honest, by now, after 13 WrestleManias, you saw the growth of The Undertaker coming to this streak he was starting to get. Yes, the streak was just being built up to the point where it's called a streak, but he faced Psycho Sid in a no disqualification match for the WWE Championship match. And it was an alright match, not the best WrestleMania match. I don't feel Psycho Sid gave Taker a WrestleMania moment. It was more Taker giving Psycho Sid. But the right person, of course, wanted to continue his streak. But people, I just want to get out of WrestleMania 13. Share your thoughts of this pay-per-view. I'm not sure if I'm going to be rushing to watch this anytime soon. Most probably not. So please don't ask me to watch it with you. Now, before it gets any darker, let's get to the saving grace of this review, which is the fact that I get to pull out the next pay-per-view from this hat, which I'll review at a later date. And the pay-per-view is Armageddon 2000.